Hey guys, so welcome at my new video of this week. And this week we're gonna do it different because I am recording for you the how I got in Spain video. And this is gonna be like a season of 3 episodes, more or less, where I'm telling you all about, well, how I got here, how, if I like it, the benefits, the disadvantages, and all these kind of things. But this episode is gonna be about how did I get here. So let's move to the video. So first things first, I studied international business and languages. I started this study in 2014, I think. Yeah, something like this. And this is a study where you have to go abroad, meaning that you have to go for 1 semester, crossing the border, and live your life there, go there to school, and make new friends and have fun. This you know when you start this study, but of course in the first 2 years it's just all about passing your exams, meeting new friends there, creating new friends groups, and then the 3rd year you could go the whole year if you want to. If not, you go half a year abroad. So when the time came there that we all had to choose where we were going to go on our exchange, my first decision was like, okay, am I gonna go far, meaning the US or maybe to Asia or something like this, or am I gonna stay in Europe? And for me it was quite obvious that I wanted to stay in Europe, because I mean I already have been in Miami for not even 7 or 8 months, and to be honest I loved it, but it was like I didn't really feel the need to be so far from home again. Because in the end half year, and so yeah, I decided already quite fast that I wanted to stay in Europe, and that I wanted to go to a place where the weather is nice, because knowing Holland, the weather is not nice. So why the fuck would you choose another country where the weather is also shit? So I wanted to escape the bad weather, and besides that I had 2 languages at school, which were German and Spanish, besides English. And I thought, you know what, I want to improve my Spanish, because, well, I can tell you already now, I did not improve my Spanish at all during my exchange, but okay. So yeah, these were in the beginning my objectives. I want to go to a warm country, I want to go and stay in Europe, and I want to speak Spanish. So guess what, where this girl was going. But then the most difficult part is when you have to go and choose which place you're gonna go. Well, in my case, or at least in my school, you cannot just randomly say I want to go to that city or this city or whatever. No, they have like specific cities. So think about Barcelona, think about Madrid. One of them was also Cordoba. And I literally never heard of Cordoba before in my life. So in my mind at first was like, okay, you know what, I have been visiting Barcelona so many times, so let's go to Madrid, because I've never visited that city. I'm in the end like a city girl, so I prefer to go, you know, like to a place where you have a lot of vibes, a lot of things to do. Don't put me in a small pueblo, like they say in Spanish, because that's not gonna be something for me. But at a certain point I started to doubt a little bit, because there was like a girl in my school who went before me to Cordoba, and I've been talking with her like, hey, how do you like? I was a little bit orientating like, what am I gonna do? And she told me that Cordoba would have been like, that it's one of the best places to go, like it's small, you meet a lot of people, and that she really recommended it. So I was like, you know what, why the fuck, let's just do something super random, like let's not go to Valencia, let's not go to Madrid, let's not go to Barcelona, because this is so obvious, this is what everyone chooses. Let's do something else. So in the end I went to Cordoba, flying in August 2016. Yeah, the end of August, it was that time. I had packed 2 suitcases full with stuff I in the end didn't really need anyway. Not excited at all. I moved my ass to Cordoba. Well, the first days were really like tough, or not tough, but like, you know, like it's, you don't really know, you don't know anyone, you don't know the streets, you don't know where the supermarket, you don't know anything, and everyone is just expecting you to live there, to go there to school without, you know, you don't feel comfortable at all. So before school actually started, I already did like a walk with my parents to the school to at least know where it is, so that the first day I wouldn't be super late or lost or something. It's all a little bit uncomfortable. You're really out of your comfort zone, but you know what? It's all gonna be fine. Yeah, some weeks passed. We got to know the city. We got to know new friends, or at least me, and okay, it starts to be a little bit more fun, you know, like, you know how to walk to school, super happy, you know, I don't know, like, you know your teachers, you know your classmates more or less, you know where your house is, you can find, you know, like that best moment when you just, without using Google Maps, you just walk, bam, straight home. That's like one of these accomplishments that you know, like, okay, I'm getting there, that you can find the supermarket here and there, like these things you start to realize, like, okay, I'm getting how do you say this? I'm getting I'm getting used to it. And okay. And then that moment where you start to realize that besides friends, there are also other kind of friends. So yeah, at a certain point there was a guy who liked me from the very first beginning without even talking to me. Yeah, babe? And he is like sliding into your Facebook to check who is this girl, and starting to ask a lot of times if I'm gonna party, and if I'm gonna do this, and if I'm gonna do that. And Noëlle was like, no. So yeah, I started to date with Pablo. So this started to be a thing more and more, and it was all super fun. But you know that moment that, especially when you are knowing that you have to go, that you have at one point a talk like, okay, how do you see it, and how do you look at the thing we are having now? Because I mean, I'm leaving at a certain point, so I would like to know how, if this is something serious or not, because then I also know, and in a way everyone can protect him or herself. But we were quite fast really sure about the fact, or that we didn't really want to, like, it was not like we want to call it something, but it was also not like I don't want to never see you anymore. So that's a really tricky, difficult position you are in then. But what I had as a solution, in order to stay longer, because I was only supposed to stay one semester until January, I was thinking, you know what, I'm just gonna try to do also my internship here. Then I don't have to go, we don't have to make decisions, we can see a little bit longer how everything goes. I can stay in the city, because of course at a certain point I started to be really like, oh, I love this city, I found all my friends, I knew exactly how and where to go, and I was just really super happy. And I was like, I don't want to go home, like I don't want to go to the Netherlands, I don't want to do there an internship, because that was all in that year I had to do my exchange and my internship, and I was like, I don't want to go home. Like, so I tried my best, and it took me a lot of time and a lot of effort to stay in Cordoba. I did my internship there for Erasmus Family. This is like how the company is called. And this is like a company focused on all the Erasmus people who come to Cordoba, to organize trips, to organize parties, to make sure that they, you know, find really fast their family to hang out with for a certain period. And then you have that moment that you get, again, I'm gonna go soon. Like, whatever happens, I have to go home now because I need to start my 4th year, at least the first semester. I have to start in Amsterdam. I cannot stay any longer. So in June 2017, I think, I had to leave Spain, and that was not fun. Like, I was super sad. I didn't want to go home at all. And me and Paolo were like from half a year more or less like flying back and forth. And then that moment came that I had to apply for my thesis, that I had to find a company, that I wanted a lot of things to organize. And whatever happens, I needed to be able to work abroad. Or to do my thesis abroad. And so I did. I managed to do that. By the time Pablo was living in Granada, so we moved in together here in Granada, where I am right now. I'm telling this story, and we are here now living already a year and a month or something. Not that long, but also long because time is flying as. Yeah, so that's actually how I ended up here. I started working on my thesis, and this was my project for the upcoming 6 months. And in these 6 months, my job was to work on my thesis. And maybe a lot of people think, but how? Like, I've been writing my thesis in, I don't know, 4 weeks, 2 days, whatever. Well, I don't know how that is possible, but at my school, that is, or yeah, where I was studying, is impossible. It was literally a job for me. It was like 6 hours a day, at least, to work on. At a certain point, you get at that moment that you realize, okay, I'm gonna finish soon my thesis and I cannot do nothing with my life. I need to do something. I don't know what it is, but I have to do something. So I started finding a job here in Granada to be able to stay here longer and to be living with Pablo. I did, which is where I'm working now. I was at a certain point working and writing my thesis at the same time. And then I graduated and I kept on working. And now I'm just still here working and chilling. So that's more or less my story, like how I got and ended up in Spain. It's not because of a decision I made myself, like I want to live in Spain and I want to go there and I want to work here. No, it basically is like, for me, like a roller coaster of things that happened. And in the end, I'm here. Maybe you can, in a summary, say love. Yeah, so this is more or less my my story of being abroad. And I love it. I do not regret it at all. And I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, here. So, this is, let's say, maybe not the best video ever. But we're gonna try to keep on and get better. But yeah, this is my story about how I ended up in Spain. And I hope you liked it. And maybe you even experienced like the same kind of story. Like, let me know. I would be really curious to read about it. So put something down below the comments. Or if you have any questions about being in Spain or being abroad or whatever, you can also of course put it down below. Or go and visit my Instagram, which I will put here or there somewhere. Go and follow me. And yeah, go and subscribe, because this is only the first episode of this little season of living in Spain and being abroad. And yeah, that's it. I hope to see you soon. I think that the next video will be about the pros and cons living abroad or living here in Spain. Something like this. So if you're curious, go and tune in some weeks. I will let you know in my Instagram. Go and subscribe, leave me some thumbs up, a comment, and I will see you next week.